Hello, my name is Shabariel and I'm back at it again with another video. This topic is on getting your child or children to read more. Now, growing up, I've always admired the movie Matilda, and I'll tell you why. And that says a little bit about me because this was like a 1990s movie. 90s was like the best era. I say 90s, 80s for sure, late 70s, and then early 2000s was like the best eras, like back to back. But anyway, in this movie, I don't know if you all have seen it yet, but you have a little girl who parents don't really care for her, nor does her sibling of a brother, and somehow she learns to take care of herself on her own and be productive, be intuitive, be knowledgeable, be understanding, read a lot of books, and be sociable and really empower her intellect. So, seeing that, it was just like I could relate to it because it was like one of those feelings where your parents couldn't really stand you, but my parents loved me, but at the same time it was like this girl. And so, but anyway, I take that from what I grew up with and just used it as a empowering, encouraging tool to use to say that my child can be better than me, and then also that I can be better too as a person, as a woman, as a mother, as a daughter, as a friend, as a citizen. And moving forward, I really think about that in terms of bettering myself and always having something to do as far as achieving a goal or an ambition or an ideal or a dream. But I don't like to necessarily go by dreams, I go by ambitions and goals. So, how to utilize the time to get your child or children into more reading if they're really not into it. Utilize your public library. Now, you may have the money to go and buy a busload of books. Good for you. And even if you have the money to, and you just like, well, I still want to, get all the books I can for my child to go and learn to read and get used to reading, because as adults, we're still reading. And anytime I go in the grocery store, me personally, I'm like reading what's on what I'm buying. I was like that before the pandemic. So even in this time, it's nothing new for me. But also just learning to take time to read more instead of watching television. I'm still getting used to that now, because wealthy people read, and I get it, because you know what? Watching TV is not doing anything for you, but entertainment purposes only. And so when you realize that, you're just like, oh, well, why do I have this TV on? Why are we watching 6 hours plus of TV a day, even 4 hours, unless you just really like movies or you like TV shows, or you must be a dedicated actress or actor and you're just learning mannerisms and how each scene plays out, or maybe you want to be a movie producer or an executive or a cinematographer. I don't know if I said that right, but something like that, to where you have to study your craft, but even then you have to read. And so your public library would have dozens of books, so you get the time to read it, you get an amount of time to read the books, return it back, and then get new books. And then this is at the cost of what? Free. And not unless you don't have a library card to begin with. Of course, you get your library card. I still think it's free anyway. But I've been a library card holder for long time. So unless it's like they change something to where you may pay $2 for the initial library card, and then after that you're done. But still, that's a good way to get your child into reading, and then also going to the library with them and you reading with them, and then you see they're interacting with other children their age in the play area. It is so refreshing to do. And the library is like always lit. Like they got activities upon activities. They have a whole like calendar of activities for that month that you can engage in with your child, so you're not sitting at home most of the time not doing anything and watching TV. So I say that because getting a child into reading early is going to help develop them so much better as they grow, and as they become adults. They're already used to reading, so them picking up a book is not going to be anything foreign to them, and it's going to help develop their language. We adults know it helps develop your language, your vocabulary, expand your vocabulary, and expand your mind and your perspective and your thinking power, which is what we all need as human beings, whether child or adult, whether elder or, yeah, I think that's it. Child, adult, elder, so it's a really good use to do that. And so I've been doing that, and it's been so amazing because I would love to have a full library of books, and I will one day. You're gonna see me with my whole library. I'm gonna have a library full of books. You know that scene from Beauty and the Beast where Belle walks into Beast's like study hall and he unveils her eyes and she's just like, whoa. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna have books like that and actually read them. Well, I'm going to read them. I was about to say something else, but anyway, yes, I'm going to read more books because me and my child are a team. So he reads, I read, he reads, we both read. So what did we learn today? Utilizing the tools and the free resources around you. Just think back then, say like the early 30s or 40s, not to go all the way back like that, but just think of what they didn't have that you have access to. And we really sometimes as people take things for granted. I'm not just only talking about you, but myself included. And I have to remind myself, like, you have a lot at your fingertips. Use it. The resources are plentiful. Just use it, and you'll be able to succeed in the way that you want to, including your children. So definitely check out your local library. If you're already a member, well, then you already know. Go ahead, check out those books. Get them for you and your children so you all have something to share with. And then not only are you sharing that reading dynamic as a family, you're just interacting with each other better to say, okay, well, how was your book? Son, daughter, how was your book? And then they may be like, Mommy or Daddy, what are you reading? And be like, homeschooling for beginners or something like that, so hey, pick up a book, start reading, less TV, more reading. Trust me, you and your children and your family will be excited for the journey you embark upon, and also how that is going to change your thinking power, your brain development, your children's brain development, because here, you know how I do, you advance as a family being better and being healthy. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna have a drink of water and then I'll be back. Peace.